Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Way That I See It. My name is Lucy Superfox, and this is my podcast. So this week, I wanted to talk about manifestation mistakes. So these are some of the things that people do when they're trying to manifest something in their life, and it doesn't quite work out the way that they want. So these are some of the things that I have seen happen time and time and time again. And I really want to share with you these things from a place of experience, not from a place of judgment, from a place of like, yeah, been there, done that. That was me. This was my biggest mistake. So you never know, might have some stories threaded in here. But when we're trying to manifest, there are a few steps to manifestation, and every personal development teacher or spiritual teacher will teach you a very different variation of the same steps. And I very much take my inspiration from Abraham Hicks and from a ton of other teachers I've followed over the years: Wayne Dyer, Gabby Bernstein, Amanda Francis. There's a ton of them, right? But the way that I have kind of put it into a framework that I teach in the mini manifestation course, so Manifestation Magic it's called, which actually at the time of recording, pre-launch finishes tomorrow. And then we go into live launch until the 8th of August. So you can get a discount until tomorrow, the 1st of August at 9 p.m. British summertime, or then you can basically, the course will be open till the 8th of August at 9 p.m. British summertime. So yeah, I'm buzzing for that. If you want to find out more, make sure to go to lucysuperfox.com/mini manifestation course, and I'll pop the link below in the descriptions for these. But the 5 steps that I really talk about are, well, number 1, right? Deciding what you want. So getting to know what you want. You've got to get really clear, because what people often say is things like, I want more money, right? You'll find 20p on the ground and you'll be like, no, I want more money than that. If you aren't specific, not only do the people around you, does the people in your life not know what you want, neither does the universe. So when you say to your partner, I want you to be more thoughtful, what does that mean, right? I want you to buy me flowers with roots. I want you to take me on date night. I want you, and I know we want them to be mind readers. I get it. I've been there. But actually what we have to do is be able to ask for what we want. We have to be specific and clear and ask for what we want. So that's the first step, is getting really, really clear and getting into the semantics of what you want and why you want it and why you want it to go a certain way. And it's not about being attached to the detail, right? Because detachment is a big part of this. It's not about being attached to the detail, but what it is about is getting so clear on what you want that you know when something comes, it's not what you don't want. You know when an action comes, you're like, oh yeah, let's do that. That's going to move me in the direction of things I do want. So getting clear is really important for actually just being able to make progress. So that's number 1, is really get clear on what you want. And the biggest manifestation mistake that people make is they're not clear, they're not specific, and they're general and broad. And so they don't even know what they want, let alone the universe. So the second mistake really is belief. So you can know what you want, but then not believe that you can have it. It's not belief that you're worthy of the next step, not believe that you're worthy of someone's love, not believe you're worthy of that money, or you wouldn't know what to do with that money. So what you've then got is you've got duality, because you've got a desire and then a belief that's in the opposite direction. And so what you've got is a clashing of energy. And when that happens, we're not going to move forward at any pace and stride, right? And sometimes the universe will try to burst through, right, and be like, hey, you said you wanted this, but your belief will push it away. This is where self-sabotage as a concept comes in, right? It's where we want something, but actually we don't believe we're worthy or can have it. And this is where self-sabotage becomes a reality. Now, I don't believe in self-sabotage. I believe there's a part of us that wants that thing to happen, that's available for that negative thing to happen. And so that actually is because our desire is not matched up with our self-belief. So that's number 2. And number 3 is space. We're not making space for the new manifestation. So if right now you're thinking about, maybe it's a romantic relationship and you want to invite one into your life, you want to transform one, but you're not actually making space for that to happen, that your diary is so full to the brim, that you work all the time, that you're always really stressed, that life is, your calendar is jam-packed, there is no space for the new manifestation. And this is the same thing in your business. If you want to attract new business partners or you want to attract new customers, if you were always complaining or moaning about how busy you are and how stressed you are, you're not making space, right? There's a duality again there. So by making space, we actually have to act as if those customers are already in, that we've made space for 60 clients if we've got 40, or we've made space, we've got 3 hours a week that we block out for those new personal training clients, or whatever it might be, but that we make space both energetically and physically in our lives for the things that we're trying to attract. Okay, so that's another duality. Number 4 is we must take action. So many people want to get clear on what they want, they believe they can have it, but they don't fucking do anything, right? If you don't do anything, if you don't step outside your front door, if you don't take the action, nothing is going to happen. Now, the biggest thing that I see people paralyze people is not knowing what to do, right? Not being clear on what to do. You don't need to know what to do, you just need to put one foot in front of the other, right? There's a great quote, it's a biblical quote actually, that says, bow your head but move your feet. And that basically means just get your head in the zone. That's what it means to me anyway. Get your head in the zone, believe, trust, have faith, know. So the first 3 things, know what you want, believe you can have it, make space for it. And step 4 is just take that action. So I've had loads of little nudges over the years, and I think I did a whole podcast on what inspired action is. But I've had loads of nudges over the years, and those nudges have always felt like, what if I pop next door? What if I went to that shop? What if I posted about that on Instagram? What if I, and when I follow the what if, when I follow the nudge, that then leads to something that leads to something. And often, what we'll often find is that one inspired action will lead to the next inspired action, will lead to the next inspired action, leads to the next inspired action. And what that then happens is creates momentum. What momentum is the steamroll train of manifestation. But that can't happen if we don't take action. We can't see momentum be a reality if we're doing the hokey cokey on parts of our lives because we're not being consistent with our action, right? And a lot of you will know what the action is. If you want to manifest, a relationship, maybe it's just getting out and meeting people. If you want to earn more money, maybe it's actually about looking for a job opportunity, right? You're sitting at home and just hoping that a job lands in your lap. It's not the same as getting out there and practically looking. Now, the job that you're looking for may not be in the paper. You may not be able to manifest that job on totaljobs.com, but actually by meeting someone that you were inspired to go meet, who then introduced to this person, you then got the job of your dreams. And so it's about then being able to take that inspired action. And the final piece, and this is really the big one, this is the one that people struggle with the most, aka also me, is inspired action, is holding the faith and trusting the process. And trust the process has become a massively trending hashtag. If you haven't looked that up, it's a big one, right? But I call this holding the faith. So I've got a tattoo on my wrist. It says Dare to Dream, and it's a dream catcher. And I started another one, but it went basically to shit straight away. It basically scarred me and bled. So I still need to have the rest of this removed. But it basically says, and this is before I even knew anything about personal manifestation, right? I was like 20 something. Dare to dream, believe, and keep the faith. That's what that says. Keep the faith. So keeping the faith means holding on and trusting that it's going to come. And honestly, in my wisdom and experience, I can tell you that so many of the manifestations I've wanted have come to life. Have they come to life on the fucking timeline I wanted? Have they right? But what they have done is they have come. And they've come because I trusted the faith. Because if I didn't trust the process, I didn't hold the faith, what would then happen is I would then be like, okay, well, I'm over that. I'm done with that. Okay, next. And actually, that isn't what I want. What I want is the manifestation still to come, but I'm just afraid. I'm afraid it's not going to come. I'm afraid that I'm going to look foolish. I'm afraid that people will think I'm crazy. I'm afraid. But here's the thing about fear. Fear is a self-created emotion. So we can choose to have fear, or we can choose to sit and hold the faith. Now, there are some manifestations that we need to happen instantly, whether it's ill health, whether it's a financial crisis, whether we're having problems or challenges, and we want things to come at speed. And trusting the process and having faith can be really difficult and trying in those times. But this is where we have to remember, it's the day we plant the seed is not the day we eat fruit. And that sometimes setting an intention, deciding what we want, believing we can have it, making space for it and being clear, sometimes there will be a very fast metabolization of that, and it will be like boom, 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 and it will be here. And sometimes there's more work for us to do. Sometimes there's more uncovering. Sometimes there's more belief work. Sometimes there's more space to be made. Sometimes there's more action to be taken. And sometimes there just has to be a feeling that we fucking earned it. And that feeling of earned it just, I think, comes from going through this process. That feeling of like, yes, I am worthy, comes from doing all of those things. And I say to a lot of people at a time, I'm like, if I handed you a 6-figure business right now, would you know what to do with it to grow it, keep it, and thrive it? If I handed you a 7-figure business right now, would you know what to do to keep it, grow it, and thrive it? And a lot of people go, no, but it's what they want. And this is what we have to remember, is we have to become the thing. We have to embody the thing. Embodiment and becoming is the key to manifestation. We have to be the person that has the money, or has the man, or has the thing. And that being, that's not something that you can read in a book. That's something you have to experience, something you have to go through. It's something that you have to follow steps and practically take action on, right? And so when I see people make these manifestation mistakes, I've made them. I still make them all the time. But what I'm able to do now is, because I've written a course about it, because this is how I learn, right? So how I learn is through teaching. So when I teach you, I learn more, which is why I teach courses, because it helps me learn, practice, and implement the things that I say, right? And so when I've been through this process with so many things, I mean, Josh and I could give you a list as long as our arm of things we've manifested in the time that we've been together, and we manifested each other, for fuck's sake. So I think what you have to remember is that the concept of time, where time comes into business, is the thing that trips people up, is absolutely set a time frame, a desired time frame, so that you're clear and specific. But don't hold yourself to that time frame and make it mean anything. A lot of people make a failed or non-manifestation mean something about themselves, and it doesn't mean anything. A non-manifestation at the time that you set just means that one of those 5 pieces wasn't lined up. This is why I created this whole course, right? So that people can come in, they can go through these 5 steps, they can revisit these 5 steps whenever they want. They can go back to the beginning of this course, they keep this course forever, right? So what I want people to understand is that manifestation is not, I decide I want it and then it happens. Manifestation is a process and a journey. And the biggest thing for me is holding the faith. The biggest thing for me is staying in the energy, staying in the vibration of the thing that you want, staying in the trust, staying in the faith. And it actually feels fucking amazing. If you've ever actually stood in the faith of something happening and then it then happens, no matter how long it happens later, it's actually a fucking amazing feeling. Because you actually sit there and go, I did that. I did that. And what we have to remember is we're manifesting all the time, guys. The stuff that isn't so good about your life, you're also manifesting that. But we have to be able to own it all. Not just I did that, but I did that. I manifested that bad situation. My energy brought that shit to me, right? And this is what we have to remember, is that those 5 steps are our process. The universe can only do its work if we do ours. And so what we have to remember is those 5 steps that I've shared with you today, that I teach in the mini manifestation course, those 5 steps are the steps that we do everything on repeat. And when we feel ourselves out of alignment, not knowing what we want, not believing in ourselves, not making space, not trusting the process, not taking action, we have to take ourselves back to the drawing board and go, right, what do I want? Do I believe I can have it? Am I making space? Am I taking action? And am I holding the faith? And start to pinpoint where it's falling down. So those are the top 5 manifestation mistakes. If you right now need that support in manifesting, you want to double your cash, you want to attract a new lover, you want to transform your business, manifestation is where it's at. And that is because manifestation is not some woo-woo thing outside of you. It's a process and a journey that you go on that actually has an element to it that is outside of you, where you get supported from the outside. And whenever anyone says to me, I don't believe in manifestation, I don't believe in the universe, I don't believe in anything bigger than me, I'm like, absolutely cool, but be prepared to struggle and hustle your whole life, because until you are willing to hold the faith in something bigger and greater than you, it will always, always be an uphill battle and struggle. So if you want to get your head round and get to grips with manifestation, now is the time. The mini manifestation course, lucysuperfox.com/mini manifestation course, is open on pre-sale until 1st of August 9 p.m. and then open on full sale until the 8th of August 9 p.m. and then we go live, because I'm teaching this one live. So I hope you have the most beautiful week. As always, this was the way that I see it, and I'll see you on the next episode.